No, they gave us a 3-star because our donuts were too big.
They were
you know?
too big? Okay,
like,
well, like...
Yeah, like they and so for us, like, okay, it's, to me, it hurts, not number one, right?
Yeah,
it's like, I think that they think that we're like just such a big business that we can take it, you know, but they don't realize like that we actually have so many employees that depend on us, and like when these people are leaving reviews like that on small businesses, like they can actually affect the business.
For
you know?
sure.
Like,
wherever you guys are watching this show, I would truly appreciate it if you follow or subscribe. It helps a lot with the algorithm. It helps us get bigger and better guests, and it helps us grow the team. Truly means a lot. Thank you guys for supporting, and here's the episode. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We're here with some Vegas legends today, Alexandra Lourdes and Steve Jerome. How's it going, guys?
How you doing?
Hi.
Doing great.
I'm great. So talk to me about all the restaurants you guys own. Can you name them?
oh gosh, okay, so we have Cafe Lola, we have 5 locations, we have St. Honore, and then we have 3 Little Chicks that we just opened.
Wow, so that's 7 spots?
So we have 7
We
total,
have,
right?
Yeah, we have the 5 Lolas, the 2 St. Honores, and the 3 Little Chicks.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. And one of the Lolas is in the Forum Shops, right?
Yeah, Cafe Lola, we just opened a year ago inside Forum Shops.
Wow. Is that the most successful one, I'd assume?
Yeah, it's definitely our most popular now.
It's the highest highest revenue generator,
Yeah.
but obviously the highest rent. So in terms of profitability,
I can't even ask.
It's doing well.
It's doing well, yeah. It's been great.
I always see it because I go to that escape room in that place.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I've done every room there.
Yeah.
But I always stop by there. The drinks you guys make at Cafe Lola, phenomenal.
Thank you
very much.
Yeah. How did you come up
Those
with
are my babies.
the menu and the drinks and all that?
So I actually am very new to the restaurant world. It's funny because Steve and I are so different. Like, so me and my business partner, Lynn, actually started it. And Lynn's his wife.
Okay.
Lynn and my husband work out of the office, and they do most of like the business side. And then Steve and I work in the outlets and do a lot of the, food development side.
The creative programming, anything food or drink.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so you guys
so-
complement each other.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's definitely an amazing team. And so Steve and I also, develop a lot of the menu items. So the drinks, to be honest, I never made an espresso drink in my life before we started Cafe Lola. Like,
Wow.
I never ever drank espresso. I never even used one of those professional espresso machines. And so we hired somebody and they taught us, right? I mean, that's what I think a lot of people don't realize is that, like, if you have an idea and a dream, like, you can really, you just hire someone better than you and they teach you how to do it, right? So we hired someone, they taught us, and Steve and I just really jumped in and, like, we just really loved that side of the world. So, and I'm super creative. I actually have a degree in art, so I feel like I love it. I love the colors. I love mixing things. It felt like art to me.
Nice.
And so, and I'm also really, really, I love ingredients. I love being more on the healthy side. So I try to do a lot of things with like more like organic maple, agave. I try to keep things a little healthier so people, feel good about drinking it. So when I created all the menus or all the drinks, that I always keep those in mind. Like, what would I want to drink, right? And so I keep them a little bit less sweet because I know when people go to Starbucks, they get sugar bombs, And I know people like that. So I always tell our staff too, I'm like, make sure you educate people that, our drinks are a lot, less sweet. So if they want them sweeter, you can add more sugar. But I like to go less. And then we like to keep it seasonal too. So like every new menu item or every new season, we come out with new menu items. So that's really fun. And then Steve actually develops a lot of the food items. So because he has a culinary kind of background, he's been. You want to talk about it?
Yeah, walk me through the process of
Yeah.
creating a food item that goes on the menu.
All right, so I'll take you back all the way to, I guess, the beginning. So Lynn and Alex had a marketing company and had this idea to start a cafe. So they had signed a lease and said, okay, we need a chef because we're going to do food. And so they had this elaborate idea on how
We wanted to do healthy food, though. We wanted
Okay.
it to be a different cafe. Like, we wanted it to be like, because I used to go to coffee shops, like Lynn and I used to go to coffee shops and work, and we'd be like, we could never eat here because I'm gluten-free. And I'm like, I'd always have to leave. They never had gluten-free things. They never had dairy-free. And so I told Steve, I'm like, when we create food, like, I want it to be healthy stuff, like avocado toast. I want all these different toasts. I want, things that I can actually eat, like eggs, That's what I want at my coffee shop. So
That's a good point.
So we sat down and I said, well, come to the house. I'll do what I think, it should look like. This will give you a framework at least, and then we can hire a chef and put it to life.
Yeah.
I think we did the first, like, maybe, and some of those things are still on the menu.
Yeah.
Wow.
Avocado toast.
Avocado toast.
Oh, that's
Granny's
my
breakfast
favorite.
Sammy.
The
There's like,
avocado toast.
Yes.
yeah, that's avocado. So I just plated it the way I know food, right? Like working for Wolfgang Puck for all those years, and then
Yeah.
being at the Win, and then, you know, obviously.
Do you guys spend a lot of time or money or both on food, especially cooking and ordering delivery? Well, look no further than Factor, guys. Factor's got delicious, ready-to-eat meals that you could cook in just 2 minutes. They got over 35 different options to choose from every week. They got Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and Keto. They got what you need for your diet. They got over 60 add-ons to help you stay fueled and feeling good all day. What are you waiting for, guys? Get started and get after your goals. Restaurant quality food, guys. I've had quite a few meals. I've tried other meal prep companies. Factor is actually my favorite by far. The taste, the flavoring, the spices, all top quality. They got breakfast, they got midday bites, whatever you need. No prepping, cooking, or cleanup needed. This is huge, guys, but you just throw it in the microwave for 2 minutes and you can eat right there. You can pause or reschedule your deliveries anytime. So it's a perfect solution if you're looking for something fast, something premium with no cooking required. They've also done the math. It's cheaper than takeout and it's dietitian approved to be nutritious and delicious. Head to factormeals.com/DSH50 for 50% off. DSH50 at factormeals.com/DSH50.
In the neighborhood, I did honey salt with Kim Kentonwalla.
Honey salt's a good one.
Yeah. But like, again, always like kind of as a front of the house operator and, you know, but so I just put out the food the way, you know, I thought it should look. And she tried it, Lynn tried it, and they were like, this is it. This is exactly what we want it to look like from the
It
aesthetics.
was really small to start.
Small, yeah. You know,
We
and-
started with just like 5 toasts, I think.
yeah, and she said, you're going to be the chef. And I said, whoa.
I think it's perfect.
Do you know how to cook?
Yeah, I mean,
He's Italian.
Yeah,
All Italians are like
I've been around food my whole life.
Okay.
You know, working for Wolf, I think I got just a ton of experience.
Right.
We used to do like cooking classes during the day, dinner only restaurants. So we have the rooms during the
Is his
day.
name Wolf?
Wolfgang.
Okay, but you call him Wolf.
Wolf, yeah.
Oh, there was classes there during the day?
So yeah, when we had Trattoria del Lupo, which was in Mandalay Bay,
Yeah.
it was a dinner-only restaurant, but they had like these world-class chefs that were just kind of like hanging around during the day. So all these convention like people would come in, and we used to do cooking classes, and they would need just help like prepping, and I was just around it like
Right.
all the time. And then you learned how to like make sauces, and you learned how to just watching, chop vegetables, just everything. I think I learned very visually, anyways. And I did that for like 10 years, just working, but I was an operator and, as a restaurant operator.
Yeah.
But I've always like at home I cooked, growing up, Italian recipes with my mom. So I've always been around it, but never like, as a skilled like professional chef.
That's cool.
And really what we're doing in the restaurants, although it's elevated food, it's certainly not, Michelin star food. I mean, it's not meant to be.
Yeah.
It's
Casual.
Casual food, home style, I think, but always with an emphasis on quality. I think where again, if we're talking about the partnership wise, it's like she has the idea, I can help with the flavors, and then we kind of come together on the aesthetic and the plating of it, and it always looks, looks great.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of like the origin. But no formal training to answer your question.
Wow.
Same.
No, that's fascinating because to me, it looks like a lot of restaurants fail, right? And a lot of cafes fail, but it seems like you guys have a great partnership and that's why you guys are killing it.
Yeah, I'll speak a little bit to that. Alex touched on it earlier. I think the four of us kind of really came together, and we kind of stay really in our really clear lanes. Like my wife, Lynn, has the law degree. Michael, Alex's husband, comes from the finance world. He was a CEO of Raising Cane's and has an HR background.
Wow.
So they are, my wife's finding real estate, looking at contracts and deeds. Michael's, helping us with finance and budgeting and forecasting, things that I certainly know how to do being in the restaurants and as an operator, but certainly don't love to do.
Yeah.
My passion is in the restaurants. It's creating, it's, guest experiences and creating that kind of stuff. And that's having those two kind of behind the scenes, I think has allowed us to really like flourish and do the things that we're passionate about.
Yeah.
I
What
think
a team.
the four of us working that way. And it allows us to be creative and go in there and be nimble. Like if she wants to create a drink, today for tomorrow, for some, TikTok viral sensation or something that's something that's kind of cool and relevant, or like Taylor Swift's coming in town, so we got to do donuts for her. Like we can do that on a dime.
You made donuts for Taylor Swift?
We've done donuts for a lot of people.
I just not for her, but I did them like to celebrate her coming, so we did them for the store. You know what I mean? Like, yeah,
that's awesome.
But I've done donuts for a lot of different celebrities, which has been
That's
awesome.
cool. Yeah, I saw even Louis Vuitton, right?
Yeah,
and a few other big
They have
brands.
a lot of
on
really
board.
big brands.
Corporate brands,
Yeah, and
reaching
that's
out.
the power of the marketing you guys have, right? Because you guys have marketing backgrounds.
Yeah,
and
so
you've done great with the branding.
thank you. Yeah, that's again what Steve was saying. It's like really nice that we've been able to focus, on that. And the branding part is something that I think that I'm really passionate about. I came from social media, so before I started this restaurant, I was a foodie. So I would post I'd go to all different local restaurants. I would post and celebrate them, right? And I would be like, this restaurant you should go check out. It's so amazing. And then I think that really helps us. I think because I came from a consumer standpoint, and I'm like, I know what consumers like. I know what consumers like to take photos of. I know what, me as a foodie, what I want to see on the menu. So that's kind of where my perspective comes from, and kind of where.
Are you interested in coming on the Digital Social Hour podcast as a guest? Well, click the application link below in the description of this video. We are always looking for cool stories, cool entrepreneurs to talk to about business and life. Click the application link below, and here's the episode, guys.
Where I give ideas. And I always come up with these crazy ideas. And now just recently I started posting our development ideas. So when I come up with some crazy idea, we do a video, and those have been going so viral.
Incredible.
It's so funny.
You get millions of views. It's impressive.
Crazy, yeah. Just us doing a pickle pizza, right?
I saw that one.
And some of that's exaggerated for the camera, but that's truthfully how it goes down. She'll come in and she'll be like, and I'm like, really? We're doing this? And then it'll evolve, right?
Yeah.
And it happens.
And now it's going on the menu.
Yeah, now that
There's
one
gonna be a
made the
pickle
menu.
pizza?
There's going to be a pickle pizza.
Yeah,
I've never seen that before.
Starting in December.
Yeah.
Wow. So how do you stay on top of all these food trends? Because the food trends are insane. It's so fast.
I know. It's so fast. Mostly I think I'm the one that really immerses myself in social media because I live in it, right? So I'm constantly on social media.
Right.
So if there's ever a trend that comes up, we'll jump on it pretty right
quick.
away. Yeah.
Nice.
And if not, we pick and choose which ones obviously we go through, but for
they
the
have
most
to be,
part we try to
I
jump
think
in.
they have to be true to what we're, the core
Right.
of our business, right? Like it doesn't make sense for us to do something that isn't Cafe Lola for Lola.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have necessarily food trends. It's just kind of things that are
Trending.
kind of trending, or
Yeah.
sounds, or
Even
happenings.
songs,
Songs, yeah.
I try to turn anything. I feel like that's he always says that's just my talent, is figuring out how I can make this trend into my business, right? So I turning donuts into songs. I've done that before too, and those also go get millions of views because it's just entertaining, you know?
It is. I don't see anyone else doing what you're doing with the donut stuff.
Thank you.
It's super funny. Now, was this successful from day one, or was
no.
there? Oh, it wasn't. Okay.
It actually was. I mean, even today, I know people just assume. I feel that we're just so successful because of TikTok, right, or for social media. But there are months that we lose money because,
Really?
because
Wow.
we're not busy that month.
It's the reality of running a restaurant,
Yeah.
right? I mean, they're not always
It's low margin, right?
Yeah, it's low margins. It's hard, right?
Yeah.
You asked why a lot of them fail earlier. There's a myriad of reasons why. I think why we've been able to stay above is because we are, to what I said earlier, we're nimble. We're able to change things rather quickly if we see things are getting sideways. We're able to say, hey, we got to, a great example, the donut business. Nobody was going out. We had a staff of people sitting around. We said, hey, let's start a new concept. Basically, in the middle of we started making pizzas.
Right.
So you have to be able to do that. I think.
We actually had to close down the donut shop during.
Oh, wow.
So that was crazy. And then before that, we were only open for a year before that, and we would only make 12 donuts per flavor. And there were days where we would throw out 50% of them because we didn't sell them. And we were in this small parking lot, no one knew where we were. And I remember telling Steve, I was like, if people just tried our donuts, I know they would love them. I remember, but that was before TikTok blew up.
And then enter social media, and that's kind of what's propelled it to where it is. Because without getting that messaging out there, that's the other thing. You could have the greatest product in the world, and if people they don't know if you're alive. I mean, especially in this city.
I think about it. I'm like, what did people do back? What did they do back in the day?
That's a good point. Yeah.
Because I'm you could have such a good product, but you don't make it.
No, but that's so true. Because I stumbled across your donut shop on accident. I was just in the area, and it was the best donut I've ever had
thank
in
you.
Vegas. And I was like, this is way better than like Pink Box or whatever it's called.
Yeah, no, nothing against those. I mean, we're just it's a different concept, right? I mean, we make everything from scratch. You're talking about like 24-hour brioche dough.
Yeah, the quality is noticeable.
Creams,
It's-
custards, all from
Oh, I
scratch.
got 4 of them. I ate like 2 whole donuts.
That's
It was
great.
so
Yeah,
good.
I mean,
Those are big.
for us, that's like for us, that's like amazing to hear because that's what we like really want you to be able to tell difference. Like that's all we care about. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to compare myself to anyone else, but I do think that we have the best donuts totally in the city. I mean, or in the world, probably.
For sure. And even in the cafe, the quality is so noticeable.
Thank you.
Because I've been to a bunch of breakfast spots out here, and you can notice.
Yeah.
For sure. And I'll always pay a little more for healthier options.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something that we're, it's a core value for us. It's like always has to have that quality. We have to be proud to serve it, or else, we're just not going to do it.
Yeah. So coming from the corporate restaurants, what's been that shift like for you?
So for me, it's like I think I have kind of a unique background. So like working for the Win is certainly that, right? You're talking about corporate America, stock traded, union staff.
Yeah.
Working for Wolfgang is kind of a little bit of a mix. I think you get certainly big, tourism spot, celebrity chef, and all of that. So I think I learned a lot from both of the, working in those two environments. But working for yourself and doing this for yourself every day, it's just a different animal. I mean, it requires so much of your time. It requires you have to give it everything you have, and it's literally 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I mean, if we're not in the restaurants operating, we're at home, talking about concepts or talking about ideas or looking at P&L statements and trying to figure out profitability. It just doesn't stop.
Yeah.
We have over 120 employees now that are we're coming to work every day that are relying on us to feed their families now.
Yeah.
So it's I think the weight is a little bit different when it's yours, right?
Yeah. So you guys are feeling a lot of pressure.
Totally.
Yeah.
And people don't talk about this,
No, yeah.
That's important.
And I was telling Steve actually earlier is that even when people like leave a Yelp review, for example, or like a Google review, and they like bash your business, for something small.
Oh, that happened to you guys?
Oh, it happens all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like I wouldn't go look at our reviews.
Oh, it's that bad?
Like I would say some.
No, I mean, I think overall, and again, like, I don't think it's indicative like of what the actually is out there in terms of our reputation or thing. But there are, like we get comments like, went to the donut shop and they give it like a 1-star review because you're sold out of donuts.
No, they gave us a 3-star because our donuts were too big.
They were too big. Okay,
yeah, like they and so for us, like, okay, it's. To me, it hurts, not number one, right?
Yeah,
it's like
'cause you're,
hurtful.
like, so
but
proud
also,
of it.
I think that they think that we're like just such a big business that we can take it, but they don't realize like that we actually have so many employees that depend on us. And like when these people are leaving reviews like that on small businesses, like they can actually affect the business,
For sure.
Like, and like so people will not go there because of that review you left, and
a review
and now
or a
we have
rating.
to pay. Like, I mean, we're paying out of our pocket anyway some months, because some months we need it, but for the most part, I'm like, if you went to like McDonald's, like, and had a bad experience, like, no one would leave a 1-star review, but they're like leaving you bad reviews on these local businesses who support all these other families. So to me, that's crazy,
That's a good point.
Yeah. So to me, that's like where I feel the pressure the most. That like I'm like doing this whole Yelp thing now. I'm like, I need to like get our stars up because I feel like I want people to really love us, like, and not just. But I don't know how to tell people that. Like, I don't know how to be like, hey, like. Just address it. Email me, like we don't want you to have a bad experience, like, and obviously a 1-star review for not having donuts at 2:00, like to me that's not warranted.
Right.
Like that's not fair.
No, I will say when I do see low reviews, like if it's below 4, my subconscious is telling me like the food won't be good. So I usually won't eat there, honestly.
See? Yeah.
So it is damaging, especially for small local businesses.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think
what's the reviews out right now?
I think we're at 3.5.
What?
Some of them are 4, but
Some are
That's
4.
crazy.
Yeah.
The donuts are so good.
Thanks.
That's shocking to me.
I know.
I don't understand how someone can
well,
leave
like
a
I
1
said, some
star.
of it is like, hey, we came at 2:30 on a Saturday and they're sold out. Well, like, okay, well,
A lot of them are that. A lot of them.
Oh, so they don't even eat it.
No.
Yo.
No. So it's
crazy.
like,
No,
okay.
I would say 50% or
Yeah.
1 stars because we're sold out of donuts and they're pissed because they Ubered there and they can't get
Which
a donut.
sucks. And
they're like, why
our
is the
messaging
donut
has
shop?
been like, pre-order, come early.
But also, don't all donut shops sell out of donuts at some point? Like,
Yeah, for sure.
I mean,
the good ones do.
yeah.
Right?
You know what they
That's-
should do? They should.
Right. I mean, it's like
Yeah.
not like you can. It's 24-hour
Yeah.
go. It's like you can't just make donuts. Like
They should have a way where it connects to your CRM, or at least you upload a receipt where only customers can leave a review.
Right.
That would be more fair. I
more
think.
fair.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah.
So some of that, but
Do you guys want to keep scaling, or are you content with 7 locations right now?
I think ultimately we do. I think right now we're at a place and a time where we got to kind of pump the
Pause a
brakes.
bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just it becomes. Like the Lolas, I think we could do it fairly easy if we had enough capital to do it the right way and get into the right markets. We have the infrastructure.
I could see those crushing it in Cali.
Yeah, I think they would do well just about any major market.
Yeah.
I think that they certainly resonate with folks, and I think that the concepts are viable. I think the donut concept has probably the greatest potential out of all of them because it's such a great concept. It's labor intensive. There's, like I said, we're hand decorating everything every day.
Must take hours to make those, right?
They do.
Yeah, I
But-
think our baker gets in at 6 p.m. the night before.
What?
Works overnight. Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah.
That's
He works
crazy.
overnight. It's a 24-hour operation.
Oh my
A team of
gosh.
decorators come in at 4 a.m. They're hand decorating until 7, 8 in the morning just to
Wow.
get donuts out.
I didn't know that much went into
Oh
it.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's a
Impressive.
project.
Yeah, because we don't use any machines yet, so
Oh.
everything is literally like he's literally cutting 2,000 donuts by hand.
Hand dipping them in
You
glue.
sell 2,000 a day?
We do about 1,500 to 2,000 a day.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Good for
So
you guys.
yeah, I think ultimately I think we'd love to see these things kind of sprawl and make it
Yeah.
regional and
To
national.
me, it's like, how Crumble did it. Like to
Yeah.
me, Saint Honore has that potential. Like a couture cookie. We're like the couture donut. So I
Yeah.
feel like it does have potential, but I think we need to streamline it a little bit more. Like maybe get a couple machines to help out because the labor
you
is really
definitely-
high.
You're not
Right.
doing when you're doing that kind of large
need,
scale
like, a
production.
glazer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we just need some
Yeah.
equipment.
Crumble probably had all machines, right?
Oh yeah,
Sure.
well, the cookies are different, right? Because like to me, they're you make huge batches,
Mm-hmm.
and then I think that they just bake them all. The toppings aren't as intense, I don't think,
No, I mean we're making all the creams. There's a lot to it.
and we're making so many flavors.
But even if you talk about our new concept with Three Little Chicks, this is a fast casual fried chicken sandwich concept.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no
we
reason.
kept the menu real easy this
simple.
one.
With
2 sandwiches, right?
yeah.
2 sandwiches and like tenders, and then you
Nice.
can do grilled or fried.
couple of salad options, that kind of stuff. But those choices are made, I think, through the lens of like, hey, this isn't just going to be a one-stop store. We want to be able to roll these out, multiple stores in multiple cities,
Right.
multiple states. So I
Yeah.
mean, certainly our focus is on scaling and growth, just not maybe right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What made you get into fried chicken? Because that's a totally different market than donuts.
Yeah, then all of it. I mean, honestly, everything. Like Cafe Lola is so different. Then there's the donut shop, and then we actually have a bunch of concepts on our. We like always. Anytime we think of a new thing, like I told him, I'm like, my next thing I want to do is a Mexican restaurant because
Okay.
I think it's needed. Like we need
There's
a
no
really
good Mexican in
but like a
Vegas.
fast casual Mexican that has really bomb food. Like I feel like it's needed here.
Definitely. I
Yeah.
used to eat Chipotle, but that's not even Mexican.
Yeah, right.
So I told him that's next. But I think
Again, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll get to it. But like, I think the same thing. We try and, there's no secret, right? We're getting into, somebody said it, like we get into really crowded spaces, but we're doing it a little bit differently. And we've kind of found our niche. Coffee, I think, was the first one. Certainly donuts are on every corner.
I mean, obviously
Pizza.
my husband comes from Raising Cane's, so
Yeah.
I think
Right.
we had a little bit of background in chicken with him. With his
Yeah,
help,
Cane's
so.
crushes it.
Yeah, the scaling
Yeah.
part of it and the mass, be able to produce on that kind of a scale. But it's again something that we're passionate about. It's named Three Little Chicks because we have 3 daughters. I have 1 daughter, and Alex and Michael have 2.
Nice.
So I mean, and it was again, Lynn and Alex coming together and saying, hey, we want to put out better food, that isn't, like
Terrible
everywhere.
for you.
Yeah, that isn't bad for you, right? Like
Yeah.
we're gonna.
Yeah, so like the breading is made with quinoa flour, so
Wow.
it's actually naturally gluten free. The chicken.
That's cool.
Yeah, so it's we wanted to make it like Steve said, just a little bit healthier,
Yeah.
but still really delicious.
That's why I stopped eating fried chicken, honestly.
Oh,
Because
really?
the seed oils
Oh
Yeah.
wow, yeah.
and
So
like the breading.
all of our sauces are made in house. We're using avocado mayo for
Nice.
the base of the sauces. So yeah,
So just better
Super cool.
choices
You have to
and
come try
making, just a little bit of a better product. That
Yeah, I love that. I'll definitely try it. I'll post it this week.
all right, Tim, check it out. I think
Yeah.
you'll love it.
Since you guys have extensive food backgrounds, I think you're qualified to answer this question.
Okay, fire.
What city in the United States has the best restaurants?
Oh, you're
Such
probably good
a
at this.
hard
'cause
question. I don't know. I would probably say it's hard. It's hard not to say New York City.
Okay.
That's how I was going to say.
Basically,
too.
my 20s, basically all my 20s, 30s, and into my 40s. That's all I did. Like I had a weekend off or a week off. I'd go to a city to eat.
Wow.
That's
cool.
her
I want
and
that lifestyle.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it wasn't so glamorous. Like when you're working, you'd have a weekend. So like we'd go everywhere. We went to San Francisco. San Francisco's probably in the top 3.
Okay.
I think San
but
Francisco too, but
I haven't
nowadays
been there in
it's
so long.
crazy.
Yeah,
Not good.
and I've heard. I don't know. I've heard that it's
I've never
not
eaten
so-
there
it's
actually.
so different.
food scene was amazing.
Okay.
But there's like pockets in this country like that are awesome. Like Portland. I went to Portland for a weekend.
Oh, really?
It was awesome.
Oh,
Wow, I
that's a
haven't
good
heard
one.
that one.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, and it just, I guess too, where I go, like seasonally, like you go back east, like to Boston, like the North End, like for Italian, like there's pockets of like some really great,
I love
great
Boston.
food. But if you get gun to my head, one city to eat, you have to go to New York.
Okay.
And
I know.
per capita, like,
Miami has some good spots too.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you guys haven't mentioned Vegas at all.
well, Vegas, yeah, I mean, this is my hometown now.
I thought you meant out of Vegas.
if I'm leaving,
Vegas has some really cool
everything.
spots,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
we've brought every celebrity chef, but I think what's really cool about Vegas, and I think we're kind of playing a part in that, is the local restaurants now.
Yeah.
Cool things like Sundry that just popped up, you know, and that the neighborhood spots that are Honey Salt, and we talked about
Yeah.
earlier. Like there's starting to be like, you know, some of that too, which I think for a long time, like when I came here in the mid early 90s, there wasn't much of that at all.
Yeah, I could see that. I
so-
prefer the non-strip spots
too.
sometimes.
Yeah,
'cause
me
it's
too.
cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But it's fun that you can go to the strip if you want kind of
Yeah.
that vibe.
Yeah, if you're
too.
feeling like balling out a little bit.
Like
yeah.
Toca Madera is one of my favorites.
I like
spots.
Toca.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I go to Carbone's like all the time when I got friends in town. Like those restaurants those are great restaurants.
Yeah, they're
You're
time and
spending
place for
500
those.
though.
I open Cut Steakhouse.
Oh, you open that?
Yeah, I love
That's a
that
good one.
stuff.
I've
but-
actually never been to Cut.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
There's so many steakhouses in Vegas.
Yeah.
It's like impossible to go
That's,
to all of them.
that's like top.
I'm going to the one in Red Rock tonight. I forget T-Bones.
T-Bones, yeah.
Yeah, have you been there?
Yeah, I've been there.
Okay.
Yeah, really good stuff.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
All right, so we answered cities. What about best country for food?
Italy, not even close.
Oh, Italy.
She'd say Portugal, maybe.
Portugal has really good seafood.
I was going to say that.
I love
We
seafood.
went once.
Yeah, there's
Yeah, we'd have to probably break it down by cuisine to be
Yeah.
fair. Yeah.
But Italy is just, there's nothing like it.
I haven't been to Italy yet. I want to go.
You gotta
Oh,
go.
yeah.
You definitely got to check
it's
it out.
it's amazing. The food there, the pasta, obviously.
The whole thing, just the
meats,
the lifestyle.
But you can't compete with Portugal with
Ooh.
the
The seafood?
seafood.
Well, I don't know. The Amalfi
that,
Coast. The Amalfi Coast.
that big crab. Remember?
Yeah, no, it was amazing. I have to say, when we left there, I was completely like blown away, and like it's a great
Portugal?
It's a
Yeah.
great
Okay.
country.
I
Great,
do like crabs, so.
great place to
We went
visit.
to this place that had this. They bring out the crab and they're like, "Is this one okay?" It's giant crab and it's like moving, you know. And you're
Oh.
like, "Yes, it's fine."
Yeah, I know.
They did that to me at Mott 32.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
And it was like $1,000. I was like, I'm good.
But
No, it
what's
was-
crazy
it was.
is that this restaurant they bring it back to you and it's like flipped upside down. They turn the inside of the crab into a crab soup.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and then you
Yeah.
like, eat the
Oh,
crab
in
legs.
the brain, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
was
seen that. People
crazy.
eat the crab brains.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Yeah. So what about Refined Agency? Is that sort of your marketing agency?
So that's actually Lynn and I's business. When we first left UNLV, Lynn and I started a marketing agency, and it was social media, and we call it interactive marketing because it wasn't just social media. We threw like these events as well, and that's Elizabeth Blau actually is our first client. She's like, I want
Wow.
you to run the marketing for Honey Salt. And obviously, that's an amazing first client. You know?
Yeah.
She
Yeah,
knows everyone.
I was
in
running
town.
Andiron
yeah.
at the time.
Okay.
And we were launching a happy hour. Right?
Yeah, I
and
remember.
and we said,
So he was like, "Yeah, let's do an event."
let's get them in. Like, get people here. So they did.
Yeah, we got
there was
like
like
300 people.
250
Damn.
people. I've never seen
You got
a crowd.
300 people at a
It was-
restaurant?
It was insane.
It was crazy.
How?
Just because I with Lynn and I, like, so Lynn was always this organized, like she's always very organized and she's a lawyer, obviously. She
Yeah.
had, and she always threw these events. So she like knew how to coordinate the event and I knew social media. So
Right.
I already had a little bit of a following and I was able to, I posted the event and like I told everyone about it and I think I'm like just a good storyteller, you know. I think that's like a skill that I have on social media. So
Yeah.
it's very it was easy for me to like, you know, invite people and get them there, and then we got newsletters out and Yeah, everyone came out. It was crazy.
The next day,
I didn't know the
next
power of
day,
it at that
we hired
time.
him as our marketing agency.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
It was like that quick,
And then we
and
took
that's how
over.
it started.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
so we basically created a marketing agency overnight, and I didn't know Lynn and I honestly didn't know we were doing marketing at the time. We thought it was more just like because back then social media wasn't very popular, like for restaurants, it was more like an individual thing, right? It was just so now so to get restaurants on social media was kind of a newer thing using Instagram for business. So we kind of jumped on that train real quick, and we're like, let's do it. And by the end of the first year, we had probably like how many clients? Like 20 clients
Quite
or
a
something.
bit.
Dang.
Yeah.
Right, and it was not just restaurants. It was like fitness studios and just all these people are like, oh wow, like our business needs to be on social media too because they saw what we were doing.
Yeah.
So we definitely jumped on that quick, which was really fun, and we learned a lot, and we learned so much from all these other businesses that we honestly were like, okay, I think we can do this ourselves. Like we can open our own restaurant because
So that helped you guys a ton with your
completely,
restaurants.
inspired us to really want to open our own at least, and that's why we opened the first Cafe Lola.
Yeah, because there's not many restaurants that have that, that loyal audience like you guys have. I see the same people eating at your spots.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like some restaurants, they don't have that emotional attachment. It's just like a spot you go to and chill, but you guys have people posting your drinks. Like you do very good with the branding.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it has to do with just sharing our story and sharing like everything about like who we are and.
Yeah, it's always been genuine and true. I think because it is, it is right.
Mm-hmm.
Like we started them because of that, and I think that's always kind of been the messaging, and I think the people kind of embrace that.
Yeah. So what's next for you guys? 3 Little Chicks just opened.
Yeah, Three Little Chicks just opened. We have a lot of improving to do, obviously, and all the concepts. We want to, streamline it a little bit, and we have GMs now at all of the restaurants, which is crazy. We at first we were like, maybe do we need GMs? We're not sure. So we hire GMs at every one now, so we can really focus on kind of like the strategy and really like, we're going to be launching a bunch of new stuff, obviously for Christmas. Then we're already doing Valentine's Day. My assistant's over there, like writing down everything we're doing. She's amazing. She's with us every day. We wouldn't be able to do this without her.
Wow, yeah, she scheduled this. So shout
I
out to your
know.
assistant.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah.
So, we have just, every single day I feel like we're doing something new.
Yeah.
We're creating something new for the business. So
That's cool.
Yeah,
And do you guys think raising capital is in the plans?
definitely.
Yeah. I think in order to grow and grow the correct way, I think you kind of have to do it. We've kind of funded and done all of these with the 4 of us, doing them. And it's worked, but if like we want to like really grow this and build this the right way, you need infrastructure.
Yeah.
You need it not just like equipment and but you need it from like the human resources and the people, having a controller and having.
Yeah, I think we're actually at that point.
Yeah.
Like we were
That's
just
exciting.
talking about it. Yeah, that's like our goal for this year to
kinda
hopefully get fundraise and.
Yeah, that's
some
super exciting.
investors.
That's probably what Crumble did, right?
and scale this.
I think so.
Scale it the right way.
I think I think they did. We just talked about that.
Yeah.
Wow, that's exciting. I can't wait to see what you guys do. Anything you want to close off with or promote?
Nah, just come visit.
Yeah, come visit. Come
If
visit.
you have a good experience, leave a 5-star review.
Let's fix the reviews, guys.
I know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, come
3-5,
check them out. I
that's a
think we'd love to see you in the restaurants.
Yeah.
Cafe Lola's great.
Cool.
Donuts and pizza is fantastic, and our newest 3 Little Chicks is.
Yeah, let's do it, man. Do you guys do
It's a
bulk
knockout.
orders?
Yeah.
Like for the donuts?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll order like 100 because I have events all
Oh,
the
that'd be
time.
great.
Cool,
yeah.
that'd be awesome.
We could put your logo on them. We
Oh,
could, we
sick.
could do whatever you want.
Yeah,
Your face
down.
on it.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see about that one. All right, thanks for
It's so
coming on,
cool,
guys.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
us.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thanks for watching as always, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.